Economic Development Corporation, the IDA. I work with the New York State Small Business Institution. I will work with our local business owners to bring businesses and bring people to Beacon that want to be investors in our community. I will be a full-time mayor who will be around to meet with stakeholders that want to come and bring investors to this city. I work with our realtors. But most of all, I go back to my first statement that I'll drive the train of economic development, because I really believe with a vision you can bring economic development. And my vision is history repeats itself. And if that Beacon-Danbury train trail gets operating and we can get it running out that way, we can really boost the economic development in this community. And I believe that's one of the biggest assets we have, and that'll be one of my biggest goals to try to get accomplished. It won't only boost economic development, it'll solve all the problems that I've seen up here tonight. It will help solve parking, it'll help solve congestion, it'll help give us a bikeway, a walkway up through the county, which they have up through the upper counties. And I plan on doing that by working with our local leaders, because it will also boost Fishkill's economic development. Our county leaders, our new county executive, our state leaders, and our federal leaders. Because I believe that's what's going to drive economic development. Because otherwise, we're going to have congestion problems, parking problems, that we're going to have a hard time solving. But if we can get that rail trail working, that'll be the big boost, the big engine that will drive economic development in this city. And that's what I plan on working hard to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, about that Danbury line, that's something that's been discussed for a long time, and I've done a lot of research about it, and it really would be an excellent benefit for Beacon. We were talking about that when we had our comprehensive planning sessions, and it probably even is written in the comprehensive plan. I've worked with Scenic Hudson, who has walked the line with MTA for the possibility of putting in some form of blacktop to cover the tracks so that people will be able to walk on it. The real issue that we have is that the MTA at this point is not ready to give up the line for hikers or for anybody else. And that's not to say that we're ever going to stop with this, because it would offer tremendous benefits in many different types of ways that it might work. As a shuttle to go back and forth, or or a vehicle to take people who are parking somewhere remotely on the line over to the train station. There's a lot of really great uses for it, for hiking, for walking, and for potential commuting. But right now, they're all difficult to accomplish because of the MTA. Look, when it comes to economic development, we can talk about driving a train, but there hasn't been any other administration that's been able to accomplish as much economic development during an economic downturn as we've been able to do in the past 3 years. Those 10 developments that I've mentioned before are phenomenal for Beacon's future, and they came about by vision. The vision that I picked up in comprehensive planning committee meetings, the vision that I had as a business owner myself, and I've been able to work very effectively with the IDA, Mike Tomkovich, and help get money in for the Beacon Theater and Scenic Hudson. I've been to IDA meetings, and I've made presentations for the city. I've been there at 7:30 in the morning when they've had their meetings to help get loans for the Scenic Hudson Long Dock. The Economic Development Corporation, John McEnroe, very good friend of mine. I've been before him to work on things. John McEnroe and I work together on the Medtronics coming into the city. So when it comes to economic development, I'm not making any promises. I've delivered that, and there's a lot more that I intend to deliver for the next 4 years in my position as mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, all of you. I realize we put you all on the spot for questions tonight that a lot of you were not prepared for. And, you know, that was something which is just kind of comes with the office, I guess. But I'd really like to thank you. I'd like to thank Beacon Deserves Better for giving us the opportunity to kind of work together and collaborate and do what we've done. I think it worked out very well. I think for everybody who enjoyed it, thank you for coming. And please drive safe home. And please come out and vote on November